Check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Check, check, check. Oh, wow. I can hear myself. It's a little weird. So I'm going to pull up the stream to see what the heck's going on. Yes. This might be weird. So on my computer, I'm pulling up YouTube. Hopefully you can't hear mechanical keyboard bleed. All right. Check. All right. I hear some weird stuff going on with my voice, so I'm going to take a look at that. Check 1, 2. Okay. Limiter is going. It's not really being pushed. Check, 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 check. Okay. Mess around with the threshold. Really trying to squish my voice a little bit so that way things sound a little better. Let's see. So we got some limiting going on. What else we got? Yay, I'm big. Yeah, everything's in the way, but we are balling here. We are really out here. Seeing the exciting ins and outs of setting up a live stream without having too much experience doing that. Check, check, check. Okay, so this might get really loud. Check, check, check. It's already kind of loud. Why isn't it showing up as loud? Okay. It's probably going to get really loud, but I am trying to control the peaks of my voice. Okay. Pull down the output level so that way we're not crazy, crazy loud. Check, check, check. Test, test, test. I am here. I am here. I am here. Check 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna listen on the stream again, see what it sounds like. Okay, testing again, testing again. Testing again. What do we got? Not liking it. I'm turning off this plugin, see what we sound like now. Super loud, apparently. Okay. What about now? Got crazy loud. Check, check, check. Okay. Maybe I had a weird compressor setting. This sounds a bit better. Okay. About now? How about now, brown cow? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? What on earth am I doing? This is weird. This plugin really reduced a lot of gain. Check. Okay, what about now? I'm sorry that this is kind of unbearable. Oh, I think I might have fixed it. Hello? Hello? How about now? Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. What about now? Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is going to be as good as it's going to get, I think. Let's see. What do we got if I introduce some audio? Okay, we got a drone going. Very cool. All right, gonna be to listen on stream. All right, I'm sending it out. Everyone's coming in now. So if anyone's viewing, there might be like 2 more people joining. All right, opening up Discord, all that jazz. Oh, I can't even use my phone because I'm using it to... Okay, well, I'll figure out something. Da, 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 da. In the meantime, while people are trickling in, I'm going to get some lighting set up so that way we can actually maybe be able to see the modular better. Okay. Let's see, go get a brief peach cam. There she is. Sorry for the terrible booming. I still haven't figured out the situation with my mic yet, how to get that working properly. So apologize if there's all sorts of sounds happening here. Oh, what's up, Tyler? Thanks for joining. Let me know how things sound. I'm not playing any audio from the modular yet, but I'm going to mute my stream so I don't hear myself doubling. I'm using my phone as a camera, so I'm briefly going to disconnect it so that way I can take like a quick Instagram story to be like, yo, I'm live, all that fun stuff. So bear with me as this happens. Let's see, can I pause? I've paused. Hopefully this doesn't freak out everything. Screen is gonna go black. Oh, cool. Or I'm just gonna show my desktop. And I'll make a quick video. What's up? I'm doing a live test stream right now on YouTube and Twitch. Gonna be live streaming, just making a fun modular patch and mess around, hanging out. So come join me. I'll see you. Okay, gonna rush to Instagram and post it. Gonna add a link. Link. Oh, great. Now I've got to copy the link. Thank you for bearing with me, whoever is here. Appreciate you a lot. This is my first time doing solo live stream. And especially with this complicated audio setup. And evidently, the audio routing that I did before, I had to swap audio channels because for whatever reason, one of my stereo pairs is messed up. Like one channel has more gain than the other. And so I had to go swap to another thing on my interface. Annoying. First world problems. But I saw the new Bitwig interface. Looks pretty cool. A while ago, I actually bought Bitwig, but I haven't put in the time to learn it. So maybe I'll have to replace the interface and then also just, sorry for that. There's probably going to be a big boom. Place my interface and then get the Bitwig interface and try that out. All right, check the stream. Okay. We seem to be good. So before this stream, I actually was planning on racking a new module, but that didn't happen due to time and all that jazz. So I don't really have much of an agenda. I think I might just try and do the easy thing. And start out with like some sort of ambient sort of stuff. I have this newer module, MCO Mach 2, that I wanted to try out. There's a cool sort of like lo-fi vintage mode on it. So I'll get that started up. Stay hydrated, everyone. Please let me know in the chat if something's going weird, if anything is off with the audio. Cool. So the thing about modular is you have to make all the connections yourself. So I'll just start off with the easiest sort of thing. So what I have here is basically a mixer. This is sending audio to my audio interface. So whenever I want sound to go into it, I've got to route it through there. And that can be done by taking the output of this module, putting it into this mixer. I got a cool bass. Let's see. There's all sorts of cool modes, but I wanted to try this. So wave A, I've got 2 saw waves, mixture, detune, yeah, always. Wow, they really have a wide range of detune here. Drift. Yes. Cutoff. No. Resonance. Cool. So we already have a filter here. So what I did is I just assigned the cutoff of this filter to this knob. And I want to do the same for the drift. And maybe for the detune as well. Because Modular is all about modulation. Big surprise. All right, so we've got something super simple here. We have one note playing. Cool. How do we do more? Well, before we actually do anything else, let's make this stereo. Let's take the second output, send that to the right channel. We should have stereo now. Beautiful. So, as I just mentioned, how do we change notes? Well, we have an input for notes, and that needs to take control voltage. So I'm going to feed it from this generative sequencer, which kind of generates a series of notes. Yes, I like that. I actually kind of want it to be an octave or so lower. What can we do about that? Yeah. Okay. So if I change the rate, it's going to change the rate of playback. I can get some crazy stuff. So we've already kind of got a reseer. But let us... Right now we've got a static sound. We want this to become dynamic. We want the volume to change over time. So in order to do that, it requires a couple steps. First, we need a gate that is basically going to say, hey, when am I going to play a note? For now, I'm just going to mute this so I can talk and hear myself. So we have this trigger. Every time a note changes, it's going to come in. And I'm going to trigger an envelope. And what this envelope is doing is going to dictate sound. It's basically going to say, I want this volume envelope to look something like this. But actually, I want something that's a little bit different. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to take that. We're going to send it to an amplifier that is going to change the sound. So now I have to reroute the sound through this amplifier so it changes volume. And we're going to take that and send it into our mixer. There you go. So now we have this playing every time a note changes. But I'm going to change the rate so it's pretty slow. And now one of my favorite modules is this one right here. It basically just is 8 LFOs that are different rates. That becomes incredibly useful. So let's modulate the low pass cutoff here. I also want to modulate the drift. It's not going to be long enough. Take this, modulate the drift. I want to attenuate this modulation because it's a little too wide for what I want. What was this? This is the detune. Let's modulate the detune as well. I know, bear with me. I know it's going to sound like doo-doo for a bit. That's the nature of modular until you have like 100 patch cables. Ooh, I like that beating. So the overall notes are a little low in pitch. Oh. So we're going to change the bass note. Ah! Cool. So let's destroy the sound a bit. It's getting cool, but we need distortion. So that means we're going to have to route everything slightly different. We're going to route it through this effect, which is kind of like a cassette sort of sound. What am I doing? I want the output to come from here. You can already hear the noise. Desired noise, that is. Okay, we want all the saturation. They can cut the noise for now. Still not getting the distortion I want out of it, so I'm gonna run it before going into here. I'm gonna run it a bit hotter. You know what? After. No, before. Order of operations, folks. It matters. Need 2 more cables. So this is a really crazy filter. As you can already tell, you can already do some cool distortion. Ooh, we're already getting there. Let's add some modulation. Nice. Ooh, I've got to open up Ableton. Always be recording, folks. Always be recording. Waiting for Ableton. Sipping some water. Hopefully my gross gulps don't come through the mic. Waiting for Ableton. Opening a blank template. Setting up the mixer. Let's see. Okay, recording? Recording. Okay, tight. So, recording in Ableton. Here we go. Okay, well, what can we do here? Well, now that I'm recording, I want to vary the sound a little bit so that way we get some really little variation, I guess. Okay, let's open it up all the way. Oh, cool. Get some nice distortion for high pass. Let's add the modulation back. Very nice. What if we do fast? What if you change the rate of the... Let's have this envelope be open so that way we get non-stop sound. I'm actually just gonna remove this. So we just have non-stop playing. Oh, I love that. So we're going to be obnoxious, as if this wasn't already obnoxious. Well, what makes any sound better? I'll wait for an answer. But while I'm waiting, I will be getting that thing set up. Yes, in fact, the thing that makes any sound better is reverb. So let's go full wet. Drenched in reverb. But we also have a granular effect. Get some wonky sounds here. I want to get some octaves in there. There we go. Let's add the volume modulation back in so we can actually let this reverb ring out. You know what? Let's use a different module here. We want this to go in C legs, which is such a great name for a delay, especially the type of delay this is, which is like a very foggy delay. Already better. I just love the reverb. Let's take it out. All right, add some delays. There we go. Get some spooky sounds. How's it going, Zezlek? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It is so easy. Look, I guess I can quick a brief aside. Yes, modular synths are an absolutely incredible time and money sink. So I get that. The part of the fun is, you know, you choose the size of your case, and from there you have thousands of modules that you can decide to fit within this case. So naturally, if you're someone who gets really obsessed or interested in like optimizing things or making things perfect, it's like, you know, an infinite challenge that's never solved. And so I understand what you mean, like you're obsessed with it but never bought one. Because like, you know, there's just so much to read and think about, and I think there's a lot of really cool things about it. But if you're trying to make music in the most efficient way possible, I highly recommend not getting into modular synths unless you're like, love just sitting here and patching kind of like this. But if you're about trying to finish music and get music out, recommend against it. I would recommend like a semi-modular synth. Like all the Moog stuff is cool just because it's like, you know, you buy that thing and that's it. And it's great. Like for the patching, you get so many cool sound design stuff and all that. But the time and money, I don't know. Now that I'm into it, like it's really fun and there's a lot of cool stuff, and I've learned so much, especially about design and sound design, and it's cool to get out of the box and be hands-on, but pros and cons. So totally get that. Let's bring this back. So I didn't bother to tune anything before, so otherwise I would try setting up another voice to play here. How about instead, we can mess around with the other modes on the MCO now that we've got this cool processing chain set up. Let's hear what else we got. Okay. And then vocoder, fairy mode, additive would be cool. Yeah, exactly. It's not efficient at all, especially because I started streaming like a half hour ago, and I'm only now at a point where I was like, oh yeah, cool, let's open Ableton and hit record. So, but still, it's cool. Meanwhile, you could like whip open Serum or Vital and get like 80% of the way there in like 30 seconds if you know what you're doing. Okay, let's switch this to, let's first turn off as much as possible a lot of the effects here, so we're kind of hearing the dry deal. So we're switching to edit mode. So this is, I guess to bring it home, this is the sound we started off with. And it got pretty cool afterwards. All right. Ooh. Okay. All right, we're already starting off in an interesting place. I don't want to play chord. Ratios, odd, yes, odd all the way. Okay, so this is almost like a low pass. So this faux pass. Oh, interesting. All right, I'm gonna take these out so I know what changing them is gonna do. This also seems to be kind of a low pass. Okay. Notch. Oh, cool. Nice. That's very neat. Oh, what is flip? Unclear, but let's modulate it. Detune. Always. That is a great question, Tyler. I would rather not disclose how much this cost. It is a lot of money. And like, I know this is probably cope, but a lot of it's justified because not a lot, but there's a good portion of modules that are made by like a very small group of people, and some that's just one person. I think the person who made this module is just one person, so they can kind of get away with charging a lot of money because a lot of it is all hand assembled. Everything's done generally in-house. There's some cases like this where this is a clone of another module that was open source, and so this one was a lot cheaper. But yeah, so it's hard to kind of get something that's similar in the hardware factor. I think the Electron boxes are pretty cool, but they're much more centered around like composition stuff, not always sound design. Digitone 2 is pretty cool. But yeah, I would say if you're interested in modular, I would first recommend trying out VCVRAC, which is like a software version where a lot of modules here, they've actually been ported to that. It's a lot more cost effective. And I think if you buy the base version, you get a bunch of modules. So it gives you, the ability to test drive a lot of stuff, get a feel for it, and you can cook up some cool stuff that way as well. Yeah, exactly. Zeph. What's up, Marco? Okay, yeah, so we've been listening to this boring sound for a second. Okay, so I've been routing. What are the interesting things? Spread, always. Okay, so we've got as I am wont to do, modulate everything. So I've just mapped these 3 parameters to be exposed here. So we're just going to send 3 random LFOs to it. That's going to give us some variation in sound. Okay. Now let's bring back the effects. Make it sound more interesting. So this is some distortion. Add back this filter. Resonance. Yeah, we're already getting cool. Yeah, Tyler, I love that it's like such a, like there's so many different companies. There's like hundreds and almost thousands of companies, but they're all super small and super cool. Oh, Lord. They're all really great about, sharing stuff. And I don't have a module. I don't want to shut this off and take it out, but there's a company, Qubit. They've kind of created a hardware platform called Daisy, which runs on, I think, an STM32 chip, which actually was one of the chips that I used in my senior project, which was actually inspired by doing modular, because I did a modular senior project. But this chipset that they created, they wrote a bunch of firmware and open sourced it, so that way it's really easy to get up and running, to get a Daisy and connect it and be able to write software that really easily maps, CV in and out and gates and so on, and audio in and out, without having to worry with setting up a bunch of peripherals and hardware, which is the really annoying stuff. Yeah, I love the community aspect of it. It's very punk, and it's just so cool that so many different things can kind of sit and work relatively well in the same ecosystem. I know some people have issues with power, but I have not. Okay, we might get some like really awful sounding sounds out of this, but it will come cool. No, I was computer engineering, not electrical, but that was a while ago. I actually, if you wanted to, on this YouTube channel, I have a demo of my senior project. I did a super duper simple sampler. Oh, good Lord. I'm gonna have to figure out what is making that sound and destroy it. Okay, let's add the granular stuff back. Oh, nice. Yeah, same at my school. Essentially, computer engineering was actually in the electrical department, but I had overlapped with some CS courses. Yeah, you're right, Envy. I mean, in the moment they sound terrible, but the crazy resonances can be used. I'm gonna take this out so we just get full audio instead of having it be enveloped. Let's crank up the granular stuff. Bring the reverb back. I always debate whether or not I should record, this audio with reverb and effects. Because if I'm resampling stuff, I generally want it to be pretty dry. Always add reverb in later. But who cares? I feel like nowadays people have way too much samples anyways, so I don't get mad if I record stuff that sounds like garbage, because it's one less thing for me to organize. Yeah, great. Everything's better with reverb. Let's lean into the granular side of stuff and see what we can get out of it. So let's reverse. Anyone in chat put reverb on the master? Honestly, I think putting like creative effects on the master could be really cool if you're trying to do transitional stuff. Throw a reverb on there, endless smile, whatever. Bring the dry back. Hey, like I said, creative stuff on the the creative effects on the master. Totally valid. Just make sure it's not on when you don't want it to be. Ooh, that was cool. Looks like my cat's come to join me. Name's Peach. Say hi to Peach, everybody. Alright, gonna go full reverb. It's fun to in patches in that way where you just go full wet, all reverb, all delay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ride the delay feedback as well. cut the audio input and just play with the feedback. There we go. That was very cool. So the next thing I would like to try is another mode. Oh, great. We're still going here. Beads. Cool. Let's try and initialize everything else. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so this thing has a vocoder in it. So we are going to try exciting it with another sound source. I have this granular sample player, which I'll first kind of get set up and running, and then we can send it into the MCO to vocode it. I'm going to send this to a separate out on the mixer so we can just listen to it directly. Okay, we'll start the audio low. I have no idea what, I kind of have an idea of what samples are in here, but we'll see. So load, play. Okay, we've got like a nice, I think I have some ambient type stuff in this bank. What's in this bank? Oh, a Modular sample. Nice. But I'm looking for Foley. That's fire. Burial type keys. Maybe more fire. Classic crunching gravel. Okay, let's use that. We may have to make it louder. Cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to splice one of these channels to send to the MCO. Oh, make a noise. Go. External. Vocoder. Let's bring the audio back in for the vocoder. Oh, forgot there's reverb. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. Formant, cool. Slope. I'm guessing this is like a tilt. Yeah. Notch. We'll assign the notch 7. Okay, slew. There we go. Slew is kind of like the decay, I believe. I want that. Pregain. Crush. Oh, okay. That's some of the sounds we're hearing. Let's see, we don't want crush on anything. Yet, at least. Okay, I think we are going to need some more volume here. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Marco. Okay. What do I want to use? I think I'm going to sacrifice this guy. So only have so many modules that can apply gain. So I'm going to go direct out of here. Need a long cable. Okay, lots of patching. It does take a lot to do something simple. Okay. Now we can hopefully get some more tones out of here. There we go. All right, let's mess around with stuff. Ooh, noise, yes. Oh, interesting quality. We're not really getting what I want out of this yet. Let's try the other mode, which is... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still cool. It's not as tonal as I was hoping for. Let's go with the... There we go. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Let's try some crush. Why not? Okay, so granular stuff's really gonna sound great here. Well, that's what the issue was, is I was listening to delay the whole time. Well, my bad, folks. Okay, this sounds much better. But what if I want a different root note? Oh, I love how broken this sounds. I absolutely love this so far. Alright, let's scrub through here. Add some more modulation. Stay hydrated, folks. Let's get back to that crunch and modulate that. Very cool. Alright, let's try going back to the regular vocode mode. Okay, we've got format. Okay, it's pretty quiet. It's still very cool. I want it to be more tonal, though. Is it the crush? It could be the crush. Get out of here. Oh, it was the noise. What do you know? Well, this is still pretty dope. Very cool. What if we try another sample? Waves. Ooh, cool. Whoa. Let's add some noise back. Try a different sample. This is nice. All right, let's manually mess around with the source material. There we go. So you can kind of get the source material on top. Ooh, tight. What do the different qualities sound like? Oh, I think it's just the different number of bands. Cool. bring back the granular. With a different delay style. Woo! Cool. Well, I'll be going for about 10 or so more minutes before I wrap up for today, as this is my first stream, so I'm not trying to burn myself out quite yet. Ooh. What I know I could do in the next 10 minutes is, so far I've been messing around with the vocoder. On here, we have a resonator on this module that allows you to take a different input other than just a noise input. So instead of using the vocoder here, let's use rings. So let's do it indeed. I have to take and send pitch information over here. And now we are sending the input here. And now I'm going to take the output of this module. And it may be crazy loud because this module can get loud. So I'm going to turn it way down. Turn off all the effects for now. Yeah, we already have really cool sounds. Let's start modulating stuff. This is cool. Let's modulate the damping. Need a longer cable. Add back some effects. Thank you, Anvil. It is good. Ooh, loving that. adding some delay. Nice, Anvil. Yeah, early in the stream, we were actually just talking about the highs and lows of modular, of the time and money you can sink into it, but also just sort of the Zen meditation that you can kind of get out of just patching like this. Like, it's really chilled me out. It's a really nice way to kind of end your days. And yeah, I was recommending semi-modular is great because it gives you limitations instead of buying a case and then being able to fill it with literally anything. Semi-modular allows you to, buy that, experiment with it, be able to patch and stuff. I know people love the Moog semi-modular stuff. Pittsburgh modular stuff is really, really cool. I'm sure there's several other systems out there that are not coming to mind. I actually think Acid Rain Technology might be coming out with a cool semi-modular synth. Oh yeah, the IntelliGel Cascadia looks really cool, but it is not cheap for sure. Although I think it's been on sale a lot recently. Well, this was a really cool patch to kind of end things on. Let me check to see if Ableton is still recording. Nice. It's hard to go wrong with Moog. I know people really, really love the Labyrinth, and I think that's a great starter if you're interested in making like generative music like this, where I didn't sequence anything. It's kind of coming out from its own. Gotta love Moog as well, because surprisingly, there's not a lot of American modular companies. There's Moog, Noise Engineering, Qubit, a couple others, but almost everybody else is in Europe, I believe. I mean, it is Eurorack, am I right? Well, I'm gonna start wrapping things up. Like with the last patch, I'm probably just going to end this out with reverbing out. Oh yeah, the MS-20 is cool. I know people really love the ARP 2600, I think. It is a mono synth, I believe, but still really cool. I think Red Bean's recording has a really cool ARP 2600 video where he like multi-tracked several takes of it to like write a couple songs. He's like one of the best synth demoers out there. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this patch just by reverbing things out. Having fun with feedback. You always get some cool noisy stuff you can use. Oh, no way. That doesn't surprise me. 2600 being R2D2. It's crazy how much you can do just with simple synths that have been around for ages. As this is fading out, thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'm trying to do this more regularly. Like, I've set the goal to try and do a stream once a month, but more of a variety thing. Depending on how I feel, I'm thinking of either doing a modular stream like this, a DJ stream. I did a great series with my friend Chris Allwack about 2 years ago. I think I still have some of the VODs up on this channel. So, you know, modular DJing or production, live production, working on a song, or, you know, doing a track breakdown. So stay subscribed. 8 p.m. EST. Last Thursday of the month. Yeah, the 303 is such a cool synth. Like, I'm so glad that it had a second life, because it was meant to be a synth for like not replacing bass players, but like emulating bass players, so people could sequence and synthesize bass sounds. I guess you could probably see my cat in the bottom. She's curious. She loves wires. And then it just gave life to Acid House. And that 303 sound is still pretty cool. I know a lot of producers will use that style. There's like a lot of a resurgence of rave influence in a lot of electronic music nowadays. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight. So thanks for tuning in. Again, I'll be back in a couple weeks. Check out my music. Have a great evening. Yes, hello, Orkzu. So many wires. I'm sorry you joined right as I was wrapping up. Thanks, Info. I appreciate it. Thanks to everyone else lurking in the chat. Take care as well. Pamela's is goated. I appreciate another fellow modular person jumping in. Sorry you reached the tail end of everything. I'm just wrapping up. If the VOD isn't up, I'll make sure that's figured out for next time, but I'll be doing once a month here. Production, DJing, all that jazz. Alright, I gotta cut myself off. I am just a yapper. Appreciate tuning in. Have a great evening, everybody.